Okay, boys and girls, welcome to yet another YouTube session. I hope you all had a wonderful trading week and we are looking forward to this coming week. So guys, there's one thing that I want you to know. Coming this week, start of this week or start of this month, it is what we call Q4. So we are going to Q4, which is the last quarter of the year. So from here onwards, you know what will happen. The market might slow down or something like that, but then we'll see what happens. Let's see what the structure tells us. So now basically what I'll be doing, obviously, as we know, we'll be doing the Sunday market breakdown together. I will be doing at least 3 pairs this week. As you all know, this is the first week of the month. So I'll be doing the first 3 pairs. I will be looking specifically on indices. I will look at US 100, US 30, and German 30. Obviously, I will start with DXY. So obviously, if you want more analysis, you have to holler at us, and you know how to join the premium group. And then in the premium group, we send almost 3 to 4 analysis a day based on what we have on the market. Okay, so it's not only about sending analysis a day. So sometimes we don't send based on what is not there or what is there. So now guys, we're gonna be starting with DXY. So this is what I have on DXY on the bigger time frame. So what I'll be looking at here on DXY, guys, it's what I've been looking at since the longest time. So we are from the impulse here, and then here what we can see is that we are now in the what? In the correction. And then this correction that we can see is that we have this 1, 2, 3, and then we are on the third touch. But then now we want to understand what exactly is happening here on the third touch. Are we gonna get that push and continuation? You know, last week we got that, we managed to get that push on the smaller time frame, and then now we want to see if this momentum will continue going down or if this move will just give us a minor correction somewhere here and then continue to go to the top. Of course, if it gives us something like this, this will be very, very nice. Okay, so if it does give us something like this, this will be very, very nice. So if it decides to go up there in the form of indeed a correction like this, all right, going to the double top there, this is what we really want to see. Okay, so now let's go and see the smaller time frame and see what is happening. All right, so let me just remove this. Let me quickly go to the daily time frame. So now here we are on the daily time frame. So now let me just zoom in into the daily time frame so that we can see what exactly is happening. So this is what happened on the daily time frame. This is our supposedly third touch, and then what we can see here on the third touch is that we have this strong momentum or push to the downside. All right, so now what we want to see is that are we having that continuation here to push to the downside, or will this move be over like that? So now what we can see here again is how did we approach the third touch, right? How did we approach that third touch? We can see how this market has been moving, guys. We can see how this market has been moving. I've had this structure since last week, so we can see how this market has been moving from here. So what we can see here is that this market is approaching, of course, in the form of a correction. So now what can basically happen here is that we can still get this push to this side and a move to the upside. It is possible, right? So now what we need to do is to focus on what exactly is happening here. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So now here we are on the 4-hour time frame, guys. Remember, guys, we managed to catch this sell from here. So now what happened here is that now we have this market here. We have an impulse, we have a correction impulse. And then now this is simple as it gets. This is what we're having. It looks like we are forming another correction right there. So now if we are forming another correction, what we want to check is what type of correction are we having? Are we having a reversal or a continuation correction? All right, so those are the things that we want to check. So now what we can see here, we have two solid base just like that. So this is what I have right here. So there's a possibility that this move here, as we can see, it can come and give us that third touch before it moves to the downside like this. Okay, so now we can say that we are still anticipating another move to the downside, which will be equivalent to this first impulse here. So it means that we are expecting another move which will be equivalent to this impulse, which will be this impulse correction, and then something like this. So from here to here, and then from here to here, yes, it makes sense. So this is what we'll be looking at DXY. If we can get that little push to the upside and a downside, that will be very, very nice. Okay, so just wait for it to develop further, and then we'll take it from there. So this is what we'll be looking at DXY. So again, here on the inside, when we look at this DXY on the inside, this is what we have on the inside, right? We can see that we have a structure inside. So this obviously will be our first target. Okay, so don't just go there and target the bottom there. Instead of, we have targets here, we have targets down here, we have targets down here, and then all the way down there you can have our targets. So let's move along to US 100 without wasting any time. So this one I'm not going to waste any time, so I'm quickly going to go to the daily time frame. So what I can see on the daily, okay, let me start quickly on the weekly time frame so you guys can see something here. Okay, so what I can see on the weekly time frame here on US 100 is that we have been on an upward trend from when? Since the beginning of this US 100, right? We've been on this upward trend. So now even here from March 2020, we've been on an upward trend, but then now we broke this trend. And then now, how did we break the trend? We did break it impulsively. We can see, guys, I don't have to draw it in, but what I can see is that this is what we have. And then this is how we broke the market, right? This is how we broke this trend line impulsively. Then we have the impulse, the correction, the impulse, the correction. So just like how the market moves, we know what happens next. So now what's going to happen now? Since we broke those lows, now what's going to happen now? Let me just quickly zoom in into the weekly. What we can see here on the weekly is that now we just broke these previous weekly lows, but then we don't know if this move is going to reverse or what, or going to continue to the downside with this whole momentum, right? So now what we're going to do now, I'm going to quickly go to the daily time frame just to check what's happening. So these are my previous lows that were broken here or are yet to be broken. So now what I can see here is that there is a possibility that from this we are from the impulse, and then this could be just a correction. So this could be just this impulse correction. Complete this correction 1, 2, 3. If I go to the 4-hour, just like that. So you could just have this 1, 2, 3, complete this 1, 2, 3 formation, come up here before it goes down. So we'll focus on this move and wait for it to come here before it goes down. So we'll still be looking for a move to the downside. So just like I said, we are still looking for a move to the downside, okay? So that is US 30 for you guys. Same, that is US 100. Same thing goes for US 30. So US 30 is the same thing. We just broke the lows. Even this one is much more clearer because we broke the lows here. And then after breaking the lows, this is where they now want to see what happens. Are we going to get a continuation or a reversal? So what we can see here is that there's a possibility that this move can turn out into be a continuation. So we'll just wait for it to play out and see if we get this 1, 2, 3, and then a push to the upside here, and then we can take the sells to the downside, okay? So guys, we still have a lot of potential to the downside, okay? So this is German 30. Also, we have the same thing. So if I can just give you the overall structure or what I've seen on German 30, let me just go to the weekly real quick, and then you can be able to see what I'm looking at with German 30. So now this is what I have on German 30. This is 1, 2, this is my 3, this is my 1, this is my 2, and then obviously I'm waiting for it to come and give me my third touch wave somewhere down here. All right, so now what we'll be doing is just go with the structure. What is happening? It broke the lows now here. So now where is the next zone? The next zone is here. So now when it broke these lows, what is happening? Are we having a continuation or a reversal? That is the question that we ask ourselves, remember? So now when we look at it, when we zoom in right here, it looks like we might be having a continuation correction. So we'll just wait for this small move to complete. It can either come down here and give us that bounce to the upside, or it can just bounce from here. It could just bounce from here, right where it is, to the upside, and then now we get that 1, 2, 3 complete pattern and then go to the downside. So we still have a lot of downside to go here on German 30, as we can see. All right, we still have a lot of downside. So guys, that's it for this week. So good luck for Q4, and I wish you all guys the best. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you have something that you don't understand, you know where to find us. Find us on Telegram, Instagram, and also on Facebook. Make sure that you follow our real accounts, guys, because there are so many scammers out there. So other than that, guys, cheers. Have a wonderful trading week.